How to found your own business as a content creator. I started my service about 9 months ago. So 9 months of statistics and actually analyzing and making decisions all will be given for free in here. I promise that after this, you will be able to found your business as a content creator, and not only that, but you will do it the right way. And the way that I'm going to do it, I'm going to tell you the story, give you the lesson, and then I'm going to give you the secret of mine. So basically, since I started making videos about 8 years ago, I always tried to make businesses because obviously that's the no-brainer. You've seen all of the waves that came with merch, with whatever, all of the stuff. I tried to do them one way or another. And I realized that, well, that's awesome and that's actually great and fantastic, in fact. But the thing is, in most of them I didn't succeed. But if there is one thing that I learned from 8 years of creating content and trying actively to start a business, it's this one thing. So about 3 years ago, I lost in the business so much, in fact, that I was broke for the next 9 months. I couldn't even get a haircut. You say, okay, that's cool. So why that happened? Good, that's a good question. The reason why that happened is because I got arrogant, and you don't want to be that guy, because I was getting 4 million views a month then, and I realized that, well, if I make a business and I market it just with the style that I make in my videos, hypothetically, I should gain so much traction to my business, aka make money. But there is a lot of stuff that I didn't know. As an example, I didn't know my avatar well, which is like who is gonna buy from my business. 2, I didn't know, because I didn't know my avatar, I didn't know where they exist. So if I want, there is a reason why Bugatti does not make ads on TV and on social media, because they know that nobody is going to buy a Bugatti and watch TV. They don't spend their time that way. And that's what you want to do too. You're not having Bugatti, but you have your own business. Whatever it may be, your service, you have to know who is going to buy those things from you according to that. So not according to what you know, according to what they watch, what they consume. You make the marketing, which means, and if you're a content creator, usually you work on different platforms. Just the different platforms have different people. Let's say people who watch TikTok are usually young and very old people. And we have also Facebook. Facebook is nicely old. It's not old, but not young. It looks like nicely old, and there is a huge amount of people there. You see Instagram, everyone is on there. Most likely teenagers and people that are relatively young, but I noticed that there is a lot of people that are semi-old too. So we're talking about here from anything from 12, 13, 14 to 40. I see that is the trend when it comes to Instagram. And we have also YouTube. YouTube, we have shorts and we have longs. When it comes to shorts, it's kids. When it comes to long videos, we have 2 types. The one that targets the kids and the one that targets the adults. How you know the difference? One has so many editing and one does not. Now, I told you all of the avatars in different platforms. Which one does correlate with the business you want to found? Now, let's say you have no clue about what business you're gonna found. How you're gonna find the idea that you're gonna found your business on. So you're not going to start with yourself. You're gonna start with something more important, because you want to do the opposite. But you will ask yourself this question. It's what are the most things that I am interested in? Okay, just type them down, 3 or 2 or 3, something like that, right? As an example, Mark Zuckerberg was interested in he was a college student and he was not social. And he was interested in being social and being a college student. So he made a platform for college students to be more social. Facebook. You understand? It's this principle that you want to be based on. So you want to do that, then you ask yourself, what are the things that you consume? So whether that be in books, TV shows, whatever, it's everything, magazines, videos, podcasts, YouTube, what platform you're in, etc. Now we're going to ask what people that are like you, right, are willing to buy. You understand? That's how you want it to be. It's like what people that are like you are willing to buy. Then you get that and you make it a business. That's simple. So, and the thing is, you're doing something that you love and you are more interested in, because you will have the more advantage in the industry, because it's something that you know, and probably you've already spent that entire trajectory of learning about it and going through the first stages. So you're already have a head start on anyone else that will start that business. Now you comprehend how to fund a business. Now how to actually make it happen. So there's two ways. One, you test it. Good. Two, you're gonna start right away. And usually I think both of them are testing. It just like differentiate between who you are. If you're a content creator, I don't expect you to put paid ads, but you can. You can test the product or the service before you have it or you buy it, especially if it's a product, you don't want that, and you test it. So if you don't want paid ads, if you're a content creator, you might as well just create content. You test it with content. So whether you just announce it and take sales and just don't give people or something, it's completely legal. You can do that. When people buy, you're like, oh, we're out of stock, we're gonna text you back next week, something like that. So we're gonna do that. Or if it's something that you know that you can actually make, especially if it's a service, you're gonna start with cheap just to get people in, because you're not going anywhere. When you want to get people in, it just you give them for free or a very low price. So people go in, so you have the statistics about those people. What they do, what do they like? What are they interested in? What are the stuff in your service that are more interested in? Or they want more, they're willing to pay more. Because that's what will help you to make your products better or service, and help you also to target them better. So let's say I make shares. Good, that's my service. I make shares look good. So you have a normal ordinary chair, and I make shares look good for people that makes content, as an example. Now what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna make a little price. It's like a few dollars. I'm gonna make your chair, or for free I'm gonna make your chair. You get 5 people in, you understand what they want. So you found out that most of them have chairs with hands, except of just rounded normal chairs. Okay. Now you notice that most of them want chairs with furry. Okay. Now most of them want chairs with multiple colors, not just unicolor. Okay. And most of them are in this age, let's say from 25 to 30. Okay. You're going to use those informations not only to make your product better or your service, so you know what people are waiting from you without, in the future, probably they don't even have to say, you just know it. But more important, you will know how to make your content about. So instead of just, throwing words in the air and trying to just get people to buy, you're going to actually make them buy by doing what? By doing this. You have to make people buy by knowing who they are. So you're going to say, if you're from the ages between 25 and 30 and you have a chair that has hands and you want to cover it with furry and more than one colors, I do that. I'm the best in the field. In fact, I just worked with 5 people right now and they're all happy, and there's a few screenshots that they're just so happy, or video or whatever testimonials that you have. If you can do too, just text me or click here or swipe up or go to my website, whatever it is, the converting page that you want. This is the base model of doing anything. In fact, I'm talking about this. My best friend, Adam Asta, who is a great YouTuber and even better freelancer, just published his merch today. So I saw that and I was happy because he did that. So now I'm talking about this, and I'm also thinking about my friend and how, should I tell him anything? Should I actually try? I want to try, but I currently don't have the money to actually buy from him. which is I know, but it's a dumber, but it is what it is. But the thing is, I would love to just go and see how my experience would be and give him the feedback, because I know he's been working on that for months and months. So I really just, this is not paid, this just came up to my mind. It's like, you want to see him, he's an awesome dude, content creator, gaming, and he just published a merge. Type Adam Asta on YouTube. So now the thing is, with having all of these friends that publish and launch all of their businesses all the time, I have one friend that launched a service about 2 years ago, and that's how he makes a living. I have another friend who makes master classes or courses. I have another friend who works as freelancer. I have all of these people making money in different ways as content creators, you know, and you have to comprehend that that is just something, because every content creator has PowerPoints. Okay, so let's say I am very good, let's say I'm an athlete, I might make something about athleticism, whether that being a beverage, whether that being a product, whether that being a service, whether that being coaching, whether that being tips, whether that being a book. It doesn't really matter, because you really like what you want is just something. And when you go through the stages 1, 2, 3 that I told you, it's like what I'm interested in, this, what other people, etc. It's like when you go through that and you ask what other people that are like me consume, then what other people are like me are willing to buy, you usually get to that answer. And I've just seen this clip from a multi-millionaire that like it has a platform for e-commerce brands, etc. And he says, once you enter this industry, you have to shut off your mind. He said, I have so many friends, engineering friends. They have so much, they're so smart that that's what limits them from being an e-commerce businessman. He said, when you get into this industry, you have to shut off your mind. You don't have to ask yourself, if this exists in Amazon, why people will buy it from me? This is quote unquote what he said. He's a multi-millionaire, and also he has this crazy big brand that helps e-commerce. So you say, well, this makes so much sense if he said that way, and he knows that the people that watch it are not necessarily multi-millionaires, because he makes content for people that want to just begin, or they are in our state. These things are very important, because you don't want to take also the advice from people that are way bigger than you. I've seen this advice from a billionaire who gave his assistant. She told him to give me one advice. He said, the one advice that a billionaire gave his assistant is you have to take advice from people that are 1 to 2 steps ahead of you. If you take advice from people that are way ahead of you, they're just detached from the situation you're in. They have no clue about where you're in right now, because they've been there a long time ago. They will not give you the best advice. On the other hand, if someone that is 1 to 2 steps ahead of you, 3 steps max, he can actually give you the advice you want, that you can apply. And even if in the 4-hour work week, there is a very good line that was stated perfectly. He says, if you're reading or consuming anything, so whether that be in magazine, content, YouTube, book, whatever, if you cannot apply the knowledge immediately, just stop doing it. That's how you know if it's actually going to work for you or giving you the ROI or not, the return on investment or not. Is can you actually implement what you're reading, what you're learning, what you're watching, what you're hearing immediately. So you're reading a book, can you do what you're reading in the book immediately? And better if you can get the results immediately. And if you cannot implement it immediately, and you know you will, just don't consume it in the first place. Whether that being content whether that being content in social media, whether that being books, whether that being magazines, whether that being articles, whether that being videos, whether that being podcasts, it's all the same. It's all just different sides of the same coin. So where you want to be at is consuming content that you know that you can actually get the use of it immediately. So I'm watching this video and I can literally implement what is in the video immediately. And that's really what makes the difference between the people that gets the ROI from what they get and the people that don't. You see all of these videos of people that are talking, or even people that you know, they say, I just saw this on social media and it feels as if it changed their entire life. The reason why is they just only consume stuff that they can put immediately to the test. I had statistics that I did on myself for 30 months. I realized that when I consume social media content that I can literally do immediately, I do way more better. And I even tested that with my best friend. He's in the same situation. If we found out that when he learns a lot, he's not the best version of himself, because a lot of learning is information overload. If you overload your brain with all of these information that most of them you cannot even use immediately, you're just literally just wasting your time, energy, and literally exhausting your mind. So what you want to do or be is focus on the information that you can apply immediately after that or while doing this. So I'm watching a video, I know that while I'm watching the video, I'm making. So that's why makes the highest ROI videos of all time is the videos that are tutorials. So if I'm gonna show you how to set up your computer, you're gonna watch that video and you're gonna literally follow the video. And that's why nobody complains about he just watched too many how to set up videos to set up videos for his computer, and he actually set it up because it's just high ROI. So imagine if you do that but for everything. It's like you want to create content. Instead of binge watching all of the podcasts on content creation, you can just watch one if it actually gives you the knowledge immediately and you can apply it. There is no such thing as next month, the next thing. You can apply it now. That's what makes the difference. And don't take it from me. Take it from the 4-Hour Workweek, one of the biggest, best, most influencing, bestsellers, books of all time of entrepreneurship. Even Ryan Trahan, we're talking about content creation. Ryan Trahan, one of the most transformative books that he said is a go-to for entrepreneurs is the 4-Hour Workweek. He said that as a joke, but there is a secret behind it. There is something. You have to read between the lines sometimes because that's what it is. He's creating content, so he doesn't want to push people away from him, so he will make it a joke. But he made it clear that he actually read the book. Now, it's not as if I'm just here giving you the content. No. I want you to create content as you want and build your businesses. And the way you do it is literally by following the steps. It's like you have to know your avatar, you have to consume the right content. So because there's a lot of people out there that will teach you the bullshit stuff or give you information like good, but information overload that you can't really practice. Then what you want to do is start or test or start with cheap, get the statistics, then go through the cycle so you know how to target them way better. Now I'm going to speak about what are the biggest struggles that every content creator found when he's starting to found a business. The number one hardest thing is he has no clue about how to start a business. Content creation and business founding are two different industries. There is a huge difference between the two. In fact, there is no relationship whatsoever except when it comes to marketing. So people, because they just have this huge marketing, even if they have a bad product or service, they can actually make it work. Usually it doesn't work like that. You need both. You need your customer satisfaction and also you need the vehicles to get the leads in to actually get the sales or drive people to see your product, buy from you, etc. And this process is really the only way. So if you want to sort of hijack your way, you really have to go through these steps. You have to understand that your most powerful point is marketing, is getting eyeballs. Now your weakest point is making the product delivery. You have two options, whether to hire someone if you're a good content creator that makes money, etc. You can hire someone that can do that for you. Or in the other hand, you can just learn it yourself. It takes more time, but you have no choice. So let's say the example I said earlier, you're going to cover the chairs. You have to learn how to cover the chairs, what material to use, what are the best materials, what are the cheapest materials, what are the most expensive materials, what are the materials that last longer, so you know more about your business than anybody else. You understand? And most importantly, how to do it, what type of chairs, because you have to expect that people have different chairs. It's like maybe if there's a heavy chair, you can't move it, so you can't make it work. Or there's a chair that is so lightweight that you don't want to do it, because if you're going to do it, it's just going to waste it, because obviously the chair is about to break. So you want to have all of these information. The only way to do it is literally to learn. So you have to acquire a new skill. And this is the only way. Is whether you hire, so you delegate, or you do it yourself, you have to learn the skill. Because you have a skill, you have to do another thing. And to partner up in a business while being a content creator, this is big. It's like, if there is one thing, or if there is one person that you have to collaborate with as a content creator to found your own business, is not a content creator, but a business founder. Someone who has knowledge about businesses, how to start them, how to run them, how to own them. On the other hand, you will have knowledge about content creation. So it means marketing, getting eyeballs, driving sales, etc. And the other side, he will get those sales and actually work on the product delivery. This is the main big and only collaboration that you can do, or to partner up with someone as a content creator to build your business. If you are three, well, sure, someone can work on the marketing, aka you, someone can work on sales, aka someone whatever, and someone can work on the product delivery. It's three. So you don't want to start with 50 people. Usually you want to start with few people that are so great in what they do. And if there is no one, or you don't have the budget, or you don't have the ability for one reason or another, you have to learn the skills yourself. So you have to do the marketing and learn how to actually give people what they want, aka the product delivery. And this can get tricky sometimes, because in a lot of situations, a lot of people just focus on one thing, and they think just because they're content creators and they know how to market, their business will be working. It doesn't work like that. And that's why you see Mr. Beast, he's the biggest content creator. He collaborated with a company that makes chocolate to make festivals. Same goes with Logan Paul and KSI with Prime. They were awesome, but they collaborated with a company that makes beverages. And the same process goes on, because that's how it works. As I promised, now you are able as a content creator to make whatever business you want, most importantly, immediately. And what you've seen here, you can never unseen. So might as well subscribe.